Hello and welcome to the Blue Pencil Sessions. This is where we take a look at some of your pages and offer you our thoughts and feedback. I'm Eileen and I'm here today with my colleague Crystal, and we're taking a look at a short story, a nice science fiction short story, Galactic Melody by Michele. So I'm going to have you start us off, Crystal, and kind of give us your big picture thoughts.
All right. Well, my first big picture thought is I absolutely love the first line. When they invaded our planet and almost wiped out our entire species, it was music that saved us. So that's fantastic. It sets the tone. It gives little hints of what has happened and maybe will happen. And it just is interesting. Now we want to know how.
Yeah. There was no way I wouldn't read after that first line.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was just a great way to just grab us and pull us right in. And it's interesting because this is all told in a reflective kind of voice. But the first thing that popped out to both of us was that we don't know who this voice is. It says they killed my whole family and then they collected me, but we don't know, is this an adult or a young person? We don't know what gender they are. We don't know anything about them. And so while you don't necessarily have to give away everything, when we're trying to picture what's happening, it would really help to have any little clue or hint about who this narrator is so that we have an understanding of what we can put in our minds to picture them. The other thing is that because the whole piece is told from a kind of reflecting back on things that are happening, we're not in the moment with that character. So it is very much telling us what happened and not showing us what happened. Now, we're not sure how this fits into the rest of the short story. This is the intro part, and I don't have a clue how you told the rest of it. So it may be that you were just trying to set the scene in sort of a prologue situation, and then that changes as you go into the story. But it would be really great if you could you've yanked us right in with that first line, if you could get us in on the action. So instead of just recapping everything that's happened, actually let us follow along with some of that. So maybe you're in a performance in front of this audience and you're recounting in real time what's going on, but then you have her, maybe her thoughts or her or him, whoever it is, their thoughts are wandering as they are doing this performance because it's like the 100th one or 500th one or whatever it is. Maybe their thoughts are wandering to some of these other places and we're being given a glimpse into what has happened.
All right, we had a little technical glitch there, but we are back. And Crystal had just sort of finished saying how much she would like to see some of this happening in real time. And I want to echo that because I just love the premise of this short story. And there's a lot of really interesting details that are going on, but I want to feel it, and I feel a bit of a distance. And so this is a place where I would talk about making sure you're using all the tools in your sort of arsenal as a writer. So whether or not there is some dialogue, some internal thoughts, some description, some actions, sort of showing us maybe as she's walking up the stage, like is she in chains, or does she look down and see that there's a little bit of blood on her ankle from the chains being on previous, just something that would sort of help ground us in that scene. The other area where I had a question is you have the line, our voice is something alien to them. It excites them, makes them wonder. And I initially wanted to know, wonder what? What are they wondering? They're clearly fascinated by it. And later we sort of see that they almost seem to feed on it. But I wanted just a little bit more detail there to sort of fully take it off. But I think that's what's going to make this story really pop. It's an amazing opening line, and it's sort of a great idea conceptually. So I just want to be there. And I think, as Crystal is saying, if I know who I am in this story, that just makes it all the stronger. And you can sort of imagine this if this is a 9-year-old girl who's watched her parents be killed and her whole family wiped out and is doing this. Or is this a 60-year-old man who saw his children and grandchildren being taken out? So it's just a very different experience. Or are they something in between and they're a complete alien race? in which case I want to have a little bit of idea about that too. But otherwise, great place to start. Anything else, Crystal, that I've missed?
No, I think, yeah, it's got a lot of really neat ideas in there and a lot of interesting stuff going on, and just like keep us in there. You yank us in there at the beginning and then keep us in the moment. And we look forward to reading round 2.
Sounds great. And everyone else, if you'd like us to take a look at something that you've written, we'd be happy to do that in the blue pencil. And until then, we'll see you around the Academy. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.